And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe.
What's up, my YouTube friends, viewer subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banker motivational video. And the topic for today is self-talk, which is crazy because when I was younger, I used to think that people who talk to themselves were crazy. But when I get older, this is where I come to understand that they're not actually crazy. It's like the reasons why people talk to themselves is to remind themselves of various things, which means they matter, they're number one. Like it depends on whatever you tell yourself because people are not going to tell you. And when I get older, I come to understand I actually talk to myself too. So it's not I actually come to understand. I know for a fact that people who talk to themselves, it's like they tell themselves things people are not going to tell them because people do not show gratitude. And if you're winning, people don't show that, like they don't show gratitude. If you have any good news, they don't show like they're really happy. So it's like telling yourself what exactly you need to hear, because I literally do that. Because it's funny how you could be working on a project or you're working on something and you can achieve anything, and not everybody's gonna say, oh, I'm proud of you, I'm happy for you. And it's crazy, and it's okay. Because even friends, say you have a small achievement, probably you got a job, or you're traveling, or you're starting a business, or you're starting something. Not everybody's gonna say, oh, I'm proud of you, you can do it. So that's where self-talk comes in. I know for a fact it may sound crazy, but it actually not crazy. It's like assuring yourself why you started. You know what I mean? This is why I have this thing here, this photo here. I shall and I will be successful. So it's like every morning I get up and every time I go to bed, it reminds me every day when I look at it why I love doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's sort of like, it's weird. Some people think it's weird, but it's actually not weird. Because if you're winning, you have to tell yourself, oh, I'm proud of you. Like, you just want to hear it. Some people want to hear that they're doing good, they're appreciated. Some people want to hear it. But if you don't talk to yourself and tell yourself, you'll never hear it. Bro, not everybody's going to tell you that, you're doing good, keep going, keep moving forward, don't give up, remember why you started, we love you. Bro, not everybody's going to say that. So who is better to tell you more than yourself? I'm not saying you have to walk all over the place and have a full on conversation. Oh, blah blah this. No, well, that would be insane. But having small talk with yourself, it's like telling yourself what exactly you want to hear. You know what I mean? If you're having a long day, it's okay for you to tell yourself, I'm proud of myself. Like it's okay. I know for a fact some people may think it's crazy, but I used to think it's crazy, like I said, but it's not crazy. It's like assuring yourself and making yourself hear what you need to hear. Because imagine spending so many time working on something or trying to achieve something, and nobody never once told you, "Oh, you did great today. I'm proud of you." Like, it's crazy, bro. And some people want to hear it from others, but it's not how it works. You can't force somebody to say things like this genuinely. They have to literally feel it in order to say it. And I'm a genuine guy. If somebody's doing something, or I'm teaching them something, or like they come and they talk to me about things that are productive, I always tell them, oh, that's great, that's awesome. It's not saying being jealous or come across like sarcastic. It's like, well, you're doing this, congratulations, you know who you are and you know what exactly you want to accomplish. That's good. But for some people like me, that people refuse to tell things, it's better you tell yourself. It's like being that pretty girl or that one awesome guy. Nobody's going to tell you, oh, you're very beautiful. Well, some guys will tell you, but not everybody's going to tell you. If you're an average person, not everybody's going to say, oh, you're a pretty girl, you're smart, you know, you have a great body. You have, not everybody's gonna tell you. And if you're a guy, not everybody's gonna say, oh, this guy is intelligent. Oh, he has a great physique. You know who he is. You know what he wants. Not everybody's gonna tell you these things. Like, people only tell you so much based off of what they want to tell you. Some people can probably be sarcastic. They can lie to you also. But it's better when you tell yourself what exactly you need to hear. Like, who really knows what you really need to hear more than you? You know why people don't compliment attractive people? Because they assume you already know that you're attractive. If you're a girl and you're naturally pretty, every guy already thinks that you know that you're naturally pretty. So what's the point of coming and saying, oh, you're pretty? There's no sense, because you already know. Some guys that think you don't know, they're the ones that are going to come and say it, but they don't get it. Because what if you didn't know? Say you're a girl and you didn't know that you're pretty, and you never heard it before, then that probably leave you, oh, maybe I'm not pretty, maybe I'm ugly. No. Some people, like, we live in a world where people keep compliments to themselves. They keep gratitude to themselves. They will rather shed light on the negativity and shed light on the things that you're doing wrong. But when you're actually doing something that's productive, sorry, they don't talk about it. You ever notice when there's any good news, you ever notice that people are silent during good news? People are quiet. They don't you only hear the crickets are only the crickets. Why the hell did I just do that? You only hear the cricket sound when somebody is winning. But if there's something going wrong, then everybody's talking. That's how it is. So self-talk is you talking to yourself and telling yourself what exactly you need to hear. I don't know what you need to hear. I don't know what you've been through. I do not know what you survived. I don't know what battle you're facing. Your parents probably don't know. Your partner probably don't know. If you have one, your friends maybe don't know, because everybody fight different battles every single day. And everybody's fighting battles that people don't even know about, that actually knows them. Like, you can have a lot of friends, and for sure you're fighting battles. Your friends are fighting battles, and they probably don't tell you. Your parents are probably fighting battles, and they won't tell you. Sorry, you are probably fighting battles, and you won't want to tell your parents that you're fighting battles. So, with that being said, is who you think it's better to say to you that you're doing great? Like, it's your parents' job to tell you that, you know, you're performing well, you're doing excellent, and all these different type of things. But that's where self-talk comes in. You have to tell yourself that you matter, you won't fail. Like hearing things make it real. Like, you can also sit down and think about things for the whole day, but saying it out loud, like hearing it, makes it real. Like me, I talk to myself all the time. It's not saying I have like random conversation with myself. I'm the type of guy to tell myself, you know what? You can do it. You matter. Like, these things are what you need to tell yourself, bro. The same thing that you want everybody to tell you, that's what you need to tell yourself. That's the definition of self-talk. Is you giving, it's like more like pep talk. Well, that's what I'm trying to say, pep talk. I'm not saying having full-on conversation with yourself, talking about what you cooked last week and how is your grocery shopping and where you plan on traveling next 5 years. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you giving yourself a pep talk. So if you're going for an interview or something and you're nervous, you need to calm yourself down, bro. I'm telling you, hearing things make it real. And the only thing you need is to hear it. So if you want to hear something, why not say it to yourself? If you're trying to figure something out, you know, most people learn by talking. When I say talking, I don't mean like having conversation. Like, most people learn, for an example, reading. Like, not everybody can read in silence. Some people need to read out loud verbally in order to know what's going on. That's what I mean. Some people learn by talking out loud. Because you may sit down and you may think to yourself a lot of things, but once you start saying it out loud, it makes it real. Look back in school when you're doing English and literature. You ever notice, although like when the teacher are trying to say, "Oh, we have a literature exam and we need to read this and answer these questions." You ever notice there's always that one kid who always read out loud, and then the teacher is like, "Oh no, read in silence." And then that kid that was reading out loud who had to read in silence fail. You may not know it until I say it, but that's how it is. Not like, bro, not everybody can read in silence and understand. I'm telling you. Some people have to hear it in order to process it. And it's the same thing when you talk to yourself. You have to say it out loud. When you say it out loud, it makes it real and you can understand it. If you don't believe me, ask your parents, ask somebody you know. They have to read out loud. If they can't do it, they won't know what's going on. I'm telling you. And reading isn't counting the words, like sounding it out. Reading is actually saying the words and understand what is being said. That's the definition of reading. So if they're in their own mind and they're trying to read in silence, they can't understand. And even though the teacher probably tell them, "Oh, don't read so loud," they probably tone it down and they'll be like, "Oh, this, because that's how they can understand." Like, people learn things different and people process things different. Bro, I'm telling you, self-talk is the best thing, because not everybody is gonna tell you what you need to hear. And it's crazy. I know for a fact we all want everybody to tell us, "Oh, you're awesome, you're amazing, you're gonna win, you're not gonna lose." But people were not designed to tell you these things. People were designed to focus on all the bad you're doing, all the negativity. You're not gonna make it, you're not gonna be successful, you're not gonna be rich, you're not gonna have a happy family. Like, people were designed to crush your dreams. Now, if somebody's trying to keep you down verbally, you don't think it's better to uplift yourself by saying it to yourself? Bro, I'm the type of guy that look myself in the mirror and tell myself I'm gonna be number one. I don't care what nobody else think. I'm the type of guy that look myself in the mirror and tell myself, "You're awesome, you matter." All those average people around you who are saying stuff, they don't matter. Keep moving forward. That's how I talk to myself. I don't be like, "Oh, you matter, you need to get up." No, I'd be like, "You need to get up and get stuff going." I'd be like, "Look at you. Is this really you?" Bro, you should hear me when I talk to myself. But bro, that's how you motivate yourself. Self-talk is a little bit on self-motivation, because if not a lot of people are motivated by themselves, they need to find driving force. But if you can actually give yourself a pep talk and get stuff going, you will actually feel better. A lot of people end up in depression and bad situations and bad positions, and they're trapped within their own mind because they never experience pep talk or self-talk, sorry. They never tell themselves that, "Oh, you matter, oh, somebody else is that." They don't talk to themselves. Like, a lot of people, if they're if nobody's around, they're quiet. I'm not saying you have to walk around and be like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" to yourself. That'll definitely be insane. But bro, it doesn't hurt to give yourself a pep talk. I'm telling you. Who knows what exactly you want to hear within different moments but yourself? Nobody. All those times when you're hurting and people can't comfort you, and all it takes is for you to say exactly what you want to hear to comfort yourself, but you're sitting down waiting for somebody else to do it. They're not going to do it. People were designed to hold good compliments back. They were designed to not show gratitude. That's how they are. That's how they are. And, I wish it wasn't like that, but that's how it is. If you're doing good, not everybody's going to genuinely say, "Oh, you're doing good." If you're doing good, the first thing they're going to try to do is trying to keep you down with them. That's how they are. They were designed this way. They were designed this way. And then you're going to sit down and be like, "Oh, why does always be? Why everybody trying to take me down? I never do nothing to nobody." Exactly. You didn't do nothing to nobody. The fact that they're trying to take you down is because you're trying to be productive. You're trying to have a lifestyle for yourself. You're trying to create generational wealth. You want something different. and people can't stand when somebody wants something different. So the moment somebody get up and say, you know what, I do not want to be a loser, I do not want to be broke, I'm going to aim to be successful and important, and I want to be influential, those are the type of people they look for to bring them down with them. I know, I wish it wasn't like this, but that's the way how it is. Once you understand how the world is and how everybody is, it's sort of easier for you to understand what's happening, and it's easy for you to tell yourself what you need to hear. Because if somebody's not going to say that they're proud of you when you have overcome a difficult challenge, why are you not saying it to yourself? It's easier for you to say to yourself because you can actually hear it. And once you hear it, it makes it real. A lot of people suffer and they struggle and all these things, all because it could be that they don't know about self-talk, or it could be that they're waiting for somebody else to come and say it. But that's not how it is. How many times have you, say, been in a friendship or relationship and people just they betray you and they went their separate ways and they didn't give no closure, no explanation, nothing at all. They just left their separate ways. Sorry, you're sitting down like, oh, but what happened? What did this and what? No. That's when you need to sit down and you need to tell yourself, this is reality. This is what they did. I never did anything. This is how it is and I need to accept it. Once you hear it, you sort of free your mind, because our brain works better once we hear things. Because when you hear it, it sends a signal to the brain and the brain processes it. So if you're in any situation and you keep it into yourself, this is why you're upset and frustrated, because you're not hearing it. You ever notice when somebody's breaking down or somebody's angry or somebody's irritated, once you talk to them, you notice they sort of calm down? That's because they get to hear things, because they can't do it to themselves. You know, they can't tell themselves, you know what, keep calm, do not explode, keep calm. Once you hear it, then you can sort of process it and you can actually control yourself better instead of letting yourself run loose. And this is why a lot of people mess themselves up, because they do not know about self-talk and they don't do it, and then something happened and then they can't calm themselves down and nobody was there to calm them down, and then before you know it, it's a big mess. Now, if you know how to talk to yourself, then in certain situations you can be like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Like once you hear it, you sort of can control yourself. Because once you hear it, your brain is going to pick it up and your brain is going to be like, okay, do not do it. Do not do it. But a lot of people snap because they don't hear it. You ever notice when your friend is about to get into a fight, and if you don't stop them and you don't say nothing, they go ahead. Once you stand in front of them and you be like, yo, calm down, do not mess yourself up. That you ever notice that's when they start to calm down? Because they need to hear it. The same thing applies to you. When anything is happening, it could be good and it could be bad. Once you talk to yourself, it's way better for you to calm yourself down and analyze things better. Trust me. If you're winning and nobody don't want to congratulate you, you congratulate yourself. If you're messing yourself up and your friends are so scared they're not willing to calm you down and they will rather watch you destroy your life and end up in prison and all these different type of things, you need to calm yourself down, because at the end of the day, everybody is responsible for their own life. Everybody is responsible for whatever actions they take. Everybody is responsible for whatever they do, and there's consequences to everything, whether it's good or bad. Self-talk is one of the best things, and I decided to talk about this. Like, I've known about it for a while now, but I was like, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I talk to myself, so might as well do it. It's crazy, because talking to yourself, and what I mean talking to yourself, let me say it one more time. I do not mean walking around talking to yourself out loud, make you look all crazy. No, because there's different ways to do things. So talking to yourself, bro, like, trust me, it helps and it actually works, because like, who is gonna compliment you more than you, and who's gonna uplift you more than you? And this is why a lot of people struggle with the desire to win and motivation, that's because they're waiting for other people to tell them that they can actually do it. But what they do not know is you can tell yourself you can actually do it, and then you'll be motivated enough to get it done. I do not know why a lot of people don't think this way, and it blows my mind. Because if I'm gonna get up every single day and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go make a YouTube video, and if I have to wait for somebody to come and tell me, okay, Ty, you need to make a video. If I have to wait for somebody to say it, then apparently this is not for me. Because if it was for me, I should be able to get up first thing in the morning, shower, brush my teeth, have some coffee, eat my breakfast, get a little bit of chores done. Then I'm like, okay, I'm free for about 5 hours. This is what I'm doing. Because that's how I am. But for all those people who suffer with, oh man, it's crazy. If you have to wait for somebody else to come and tell you that you can win, I'm sorry, but those people are the ones that never get nowhere. They're always down here. Like, they're always there. They will never be up here. They're always going to be here at the bottom. They're never going to be in the middle, and they're never going to be aiming to be at the top. Because they can't convince themselves. Like, hearing things, like I say, make it real. So once you say something to yourself, it makes it real. And then you will feel even more better and motivated, and you'll be inspired to keep moving forward. This is why people will say, watch videos, watch motivational videos, watch reels, watch stories on Instagram, watch it, because they need to hear somebody saying it in order for them to process it. They know whatever problem they have, and they know what they need to hear. The difference is they won't say it to themselves. So some people will literally go online, go on any social media, and they will research whatever they're going through just to hear. Like, if somebody goes through a bad breakup, then they will go online and they will listen to everybody else talking about going through a bad breakup. Oh, you're not the problem. Your partner was the problem. Your partner didn't know what they had. It's your partner's loss, not your loss. So get up every single day and keep moving forward. It's not you, it's them. People literally go online to hear all these nonsense just for closure, to make it real. Now, if a person have to go online to hear all these different type of things, you don't think you can actually sit down and tell yourself the same thing that you want to hear? There we go. In order to heal from, say, relationships or friendships, or heal from anything, is first you say to yourself and saying it makes it real. That's reality. Self-talk is not the end of the world. Like I said, it used to sound crazy when I was growing up, but now that I'm older, I come to understand that self-talk is you actually giving yourself a pep talk before and after anything. Or if you're about to snap, you can actually calm yourself down just by saying things. You can actually control yourself better and actually think before you speak. But the downfall about self-talk is when you're talking to yourself and somebody look, you gotta pretend like you're singing. It's crazy. But bro, let me tell you something. Self-talk is one of the best things. People are not going to tell you what exactly you need to hear. And I know, but that's life. That's how it is. So whatever it is that you need to hear, you got to tell yourself. If you're waiting for somebody else to tell you, you'll never hear. This is why people sit down for 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 7 year, 10 year doing nothing, because they're waiting for somebody else to come and tell them, oh, you can do it. You're strong enough. Why not tell yourself, oh, I'm strong enough. I could probably make it happen. Boom. You're making stuff happen. But everybody's different in their own way, and there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. We have to accept the fact that that's how they are. And like I say, everybody's responsible for themselves. Bro, it doesn't matter how big your family is and how much brother and sister you have, how much cousin you have. It doesn't matter. What matters is what life you choose for yourself. Because your family's riches doesn't belong to you. You may inherit it, but in the end, you lose everything because you're not strong-minded. But that's just how it is. So I hope this message was useful for some of you guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. I will be back doing more stuff. You go enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.